Hello, my name is Keshwani. That's K-E-S-H-W-A-N-I, Keshwani. We are here because we want to prepare for the GMAT. We have been solving GMAT math problems out of this book here, GMAT Review, the official guide, the 13th edition. If you do not own this book already, purchase one immediately. You're going to need it. The problem that we are about to solve is the very first problem that you will find on page number 279. Page 279, and today's our lesson number 58. On page 279, the very first problem is problem number 45. They give us a little chart there, and we are told that the chart represents, we are told that the chart represents the most direct route between the two cities, the distance by the most direct route between the two cities. So let me reproduce the chart here. We have four cities. R, S, T, and U. This is getting too crowded. R, S, T, and U. R, S, T, and U. Of course, these are not going to apply because these are the distances between from the city to the city itself, which of course is ridiculous. So we're not going to worry about that. Let's fill out the entry for the others. We are told that the distance from R to S is Y. Distance from T to R is X. This is 62. This is 56. This is 75, and finally 69. We don't have to worry about the other entries because it's a mirror image. This is the mirror image of Y. This X is here. This is the mirror image of X. These are all mirror images. This 62, 62, 75, 75, 69, 69. These are mirror images because of course they're mirror images because of course the distance from town R to town S, of course, is going to be the same as the distance from town S to town R. We don't have to worry about the rest of it. The question simply is how much is X? That's all it is. And here's your X, which is the distance from T to R. So what they're asking here is the distance from R to T. That's what they're asking. How much is the distance from R to T? The first statement tells us that S to T is twice S to R. The first statement tells us, let me read it to you. It says, by most direct route, the distance from S to T is twice the distance from S to R. So that's what that is. So S to T is 2 times S to R. Well, S to T, or S to T right here, that's 56. So 56 is 2 times S to R. S to R, that's right here. So they're telling us that 56 equals 2 times Y. In other words, they're telling us that Y equals 25 plus 3, 28. That doesn't help us at all. We're not interested in a bloody Y. We want to find out what X is. Oh, this was useless. The statement 1 does not do anything. It's useless because it tells us what Y is. It doesn't tell us at all about X to what the X is. AD, BCE. Since the first statement does not do any good at all, because we know what Y is, we're not interested in Y, we want to find out what X is. So the first statement is useless. Since the first statement is useless, the answer cannot be A or D. The answer has to be either B, C, or E. Let's look at the second statement. The second statement tells us that T to U is 1.5 times by the most direct route, the distance from T to U is 1.5 times the distance from R to T. Don't worry about the fact that sometimes I use capital letter, sometimes I use the small letter. Don't be anal, okay? It doesn't matter. So T to U, how much is T to U? T to U is 69. right here. T to U is 69. Let me put it in a different way. It's 69. And we are told that it is 1.5 times R to T. R to T. Ah, there you go. By golly. That's what we want. We want to find out Rx right here. So it's 1.5 times x. Of course, if we know it's 1.5 times x, we can figure out the x. I'm going to write 1.5 as 3 over 2x. And therefore x equals, multiply both sides, cross multiply, and you get 69 times 2 over 3. We don't have to do all of this thing. Of course, we can clearly see that second statement by itself is enough. We can figure out the x. The answer is B. I was just doing it purely out of curiosity, that's all. So if you divide top and bottom by 3, 6 goes into 3 twice, and this is 3, so it's 23 times 2 is 46. It's 46. Well, whatever it is, the point is not whether it's 46 or 56. The point is we are able to figure out what x is. The question was, what's the value of x? How much is x? And then second statement does the job. Therefore, the answer is B. Let's do one more, shall we? Let's do the next one. Number 46. In 46, the question is, what is the 10th digit of a number? What is the 10th digit of a number? For example, 347.68 is not the 10 digit. This is the 10 digit. 10 digit. This is the 10th digit. 10th. This is the 100 digit. 100 digit. And this is the 100th digit with the TF, 100th digit. So we're looking for 10th digit of the number. The first statement tells us that n is less than 1/3. Oh, bloody hell, what would that do? Nothing at all. N is less than 1/3. Well, now all we know is that it's less than 1/3, which means n is less than 0.3333, and the 10th digit could be 3 or 2 or 1. It could be anything. It could n is less than 1/3, and n could be equal to 0.31, or it could be 0.27, or it could be 0.14. We don't know what n is. This is not going to tell us what the 10th digit is. The 10th digit could be 1, it could be 2, it could be 3. The first statement by itself is not enough. The first statement is not enough. Let's put it here. A, D, B, C, E. Since the first statement by itself does not do the job, answer cannot be A or D. It's got to be either B, C, or E. Let's look at second statement. Second statement tells us that n is more than a quarter. N is more than a quarter. Is that what they say? N is more than a quarter. Yep, n is more than a quarter. Again, n is more than a quarter, and could be equal to 0.26, and could be equal to 0.37, or it could be 0.67. Simply telling us that n is more than a quarter, it's not going to tell us what the 10th digit is. The 10th digit could be 3 or 2, could be 3. We know the 10th digit cannot be 1 because it's more than a quarter, but the 10th digit could be 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 all the way up to 9. Or for that matter even, no, it can't be 0, never mind. I wasn't thinking. So it cannot be 0 or 1, it can be anywhere from 2 to 9. It's not enough. The second statement by itself is also not enough. Answer cannot be B. Answer has got to be either C or E. Let's put them together. 1 and 2 together. 1 tells us that n is less than a third. 2 tells us that n is more than a quarter. 2 tells us that n is more than a quarter. if we put them together, what we find is that n is more than a quarter and less than a third. Again, if it's more than a quarter, n could be 0.28 or 0.27 or 0.26, or n could be 0.31 or 0.32. The point here is we do not know. So at this point, when we put them together, now we know for a fact, now we know that the 10th digit is either 2 or 3. It has to be either 2 or 3 because it falls between 0.25 and 0.33. So it has to be, 10th digit has to be either 2 or 3, but we don't know what it is. We don't know which one it is. Is it 2 or is it 3? And since they're asking for the exactly what is the 10th digit, how the hell do we know? It could be 2 or 3. The answer is E. Putting them together also does not do the job. Putting two statements together also does not get us anywhere. It narrows down the scope obviously, but it doesn't get us much further than that, because we still don't know whether it's 2 or 3. That's all. I'll see you tomorrow, okay? Bye now.